Patience. Patience is a necessary ingredient if we are to grow in virtue or in holiness. The Catholic Dictionary defines patience as a form of the moral virtue of fortitude that enables one to endure present evils without sadness or resentment, in conformity with the will of God. The 3 grades of patience are to bear difficulties without interior complaint, to use hardships to make progress in virtue, and to even desire the cross and afflictions out of love for God and to accept them with spiritual joy. Our culture tells us that when we want something now, we should get it now. Instant gratification, however, prepares us not to be the saints God made us to be, but rather spoiled brats. Now, patience isn't weakness. Rather, patience is that interior strength which protects our capacity to give and to receive love, and through love to give and to receive happiness. We're more, not less happy because we're patient. Think about it. The mind of the person who's impatient is always running between so many different things. They're undisciplined, and really, as a result of this, they are unable to be truly present to the person who's right before them, be it a family member, a friend, an acquaintance, or even God, present in the Blessed Sacrament and hopefully present in our souls. Last night I went to the Red Sox game with my good friend, Father Steve. Father Steve has a rule about going to baseball games, which he learned from his father, Mr. Dan Madden, who watches faithfully every Red Sox game, but even more faithfully than that, he watches the Catholic TV Mass here every day. The rule is this: no matter what happens, you cannot leave the game early. It doesn't matter how much the home team is in the lead or how much the home team is behind. No matter what happens, you have to stay to the last out in the 9th inning. Without patience, some of us might want to leave the game early. We might say, oh, all hope is lost, or oh, we're doing great, what could happen? But if we were to think like this and be impatient, think of the mistake that could have been made at the Super Bowl when people left early and then missed the Patriots' greatest Super Bowl comeback of all time. In the spiritual life, we might have a lack of patience that says, I'm never going to get over this fault or get over this sin or get over this annoyance. But this would be to leave the game early, because God, who's begun a good work in us, is not going to leave it without being completed. In AA, there's a saying, don't leave before the miracle happens. To prove that we are the wheat which has grown up from the good seed of God's grace, we have to get up when we fall, say sorry in confession, and forge ahead patiently, even if it means that we have to stay until the end of the game.